As California tries to meet its green energy goals, a Los Angeles-based company could bring something that's never been tried before to the valley, fueling homes with hydrogen power. On this Wired Wednesday, GVWire.com reporter Edward Smith joins us to break it all down. Good morning, Edward. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Jim.
What hydrogen projects are on the way to the valley?
Well, like you mentioned, one of them from SoCalGas, they picked Orange Cove to be a test pilot for putting hydrogen fuel into homes. So by maybe the end of 2026, mid-2026, they could be pumping small amounts into hydrogen just to prove that the concept works. Then on the other side in Kerman, they're actually expanding the one of the first hydrogen fuel centers to be powered by biogas.
Wow. So a lot of stuff's going on. Now, how are these projects different from others going on around the nation?
Yeah, so for the SoCalGas, it's going to be the first time that hydrogen has been pumped into a residential center in California. They just need to prove that it works. They have one in Irvine where they're giving it to students, but for students, but for residents, they're going to get about 5% hydrogen just to show that you don't have to change out your stoves, your appliances, and that doesn't leak out of the piping.
Wow, that is interesting that you wouldn't have to change all that out with
Apparently
hydrogen.
not.
I had no idea. Hey, what is hydrogen fuel being used for right now?
So right now, mostly it's in the trucking industry. Like I mentioned before, the facility out in Kerman, they're creating hydrogen there and then sending it out to the trucking industry. So that's really the big use because it's an alternative fuel, kind of gets us off diesel, and is an alternative to electricity.
Do truckers prefer that you know about hydrogen to electric?
So from what I've been talking to, the people I've been talking to, it takes 16,000 pounds of battery to drive a full 18-wheeler, 600 miles. The other alternative is a fuel cell that's a quarter of the weight, and it doesn't take as long to charge. And it's a lot more effective for the trucking industry from what I've been told.
It seems like hydrogen is a lot closer than I had any idea that we were that close to. And what would it take to meet the logical needs of industry with going to hydrogen?
The biggest limitation right now is fueling centers. In California, there are only 55. So, when you're going, you've got to really plot out, well, I'm going to go here and I got to get my fuel ready. I got to know where I'm going to go get it. They think in the next 3 years it could be up to 100. So it's going to really take a lot more fuel centers and a lot more availability of that fuel.
Do we have any idea what the general price is? Is it more or less than gas or batteries?
That's a very good question. I'm sure that's something on the top of the mind of a lot of truckers, considering the cost of diesel now.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Edward Smith from GVWire.com, for joining us as always. We always enjoy your company, and you always bring some great expertise. Hope you have a great Wednesday morning.
Thanks, Jim.